Welcome to Remembering Legends, a place where Sandra honors the lives of unforgettable individuals whose legacy still speaks through time. Here, we look back on celebrated names from film, music, sports, and culture, remembering the passion and influence they shared with the world. Each tribute is a chance to celebrate their journey and keep their memory alive in a meaningful way. Dylan Carter introduced himself with quiet humility and a powerful voice that instantly drew attention during a televised singing competition. He shared a heartfelt wish that Reba McEntire would turn her chair, creating a moment that became unforgettable for viewers. A journey fueled by love. For Dylan, music was never just about performance. It was deeply personal. Growing up in South Carolina, he described himself as someone who rarely left home, making his appearance on a big stage even more meaningful. He spoke openly about his late mother, who had always believed in him and dreamed of seeing him succeed after many earlier attempts without success, rising through determination. Dylan Carter's journey showed perseverance. After earlier rejections, he kept pursuing his dream. His rare four-chair turn highlighted his talent and dedication. He chose to work with Reba McEntire, growing as an artist. Though his time in the competition was short, his performances left a strong impression. Lasting legacy. Dylan Carter is remembered for his passion, resilience, and kindness. Beyond music, he valued connection and empathy, aiming to make people feel seen and heard. His journey continues to inspire others, and his performances still resonate, showing how music can heal, unite, and leave a meaningful impact today. Michael Edward Reagan was born on March 18, 1945, in Los Angeles, California. He grew up in a well-known public family as the adopted son of Ronald Reagan and actress Jane Wyman. Being part of a prominent household meant his early life was often surrounded by public attention, but it also gave him a unique perspective on politics and media from a young age. Career in media and commentary. Rather than stepping directly into politics, Reagan built his career in broadcasting and writing. He became a conservative political commentator, radio host, and columnist, using his platform to discuss current events, values, and public issues. His communication style was straightforward and personal, which helped him connect with audiences across different backgrounds. Personal life and public voice. Outside of his professional work, Reagan often spoke openly about his personal experiences and challenges, shaping a public identity grounded in resilience. He was a father to Ashley Reagan and Cameron Michael Reagan, and valued family life alongside his media career. He was married to Colleen Stearns, with whom he shared his later years. Legacy. Michael Edward Reagan lived a full life, reaching the age of 80. His influence came less from formal political office and more from conversation, through radio, writing, and commentary that reflected his personal convictions and experiences. Robert Duvall, born on January 5, 1931, has long been regarded as one of the most accomplished and versatile actors in American cinema. Over a career spanning more than 80 films, he built a reputation rooted not in spectacle, but in subtlety, emotional truth, and deeply human performances. He received 7 Academy Award nominations and won the Academy Award for Best Actor in 1984, marking a career defined by both critical respect and enduring influence. His early work included a small, nearly silent role in To Kill a Mockingbird, a humble beginning that stood in contrast to the legendary career that followed. One of his most iconic performances came as Lieutenant Colonel Kilgore in Apocalypse Now, where his delivery of the line, "I love the smell of napalm in the morning," became one of cinema's most recognized moments. In New York, Duvall shared formative years with fellow aspiring actors such as Gene Hackman and Dustin Hoffman, building friendships during a time of struggle and uncertainty before fame arrived. Even after success, he remained grounded, often expressing little interest in celebrity culture and preferring a quieter, more private life compared to many of his contemporaries. Beyond acting, he pursued other passions, including tango dancing, which inspired his film, Assassination Tango. Later in life, he shared this interest with his wife, Luciana, whom he married in 2005. Living on his Virginia ranch, he embraced a reflective and creative lifestyle, balancing writing, acting, and personal passions with humility. Robert Duvall's life reflects enduring artistry shaped by patience and authenticity. He's remembered not only for his awards and performances, but for the quiet depth he brought to every role, leaving behind a legacy of cinema rooted in humanity and truth. Sandra Lee was a celebrated stage artist whose career stretched across generations of American theater. Born in New Jersey, she discovered an early love for ballet, which became the foundation of a lifelong connection to performance. Her presence on stage was known for its clarity, control, and quiet strength. From ballet to Broadway, her early work led her to Broadway, where she gained wide recognition as Tiger Lily in Peter Pan. She later originated the role of Minnie Fay in Hello, Boy, Dolly, a performance that helped define her place in musical theater history. Her performances were remembered for their charm and technical precision. A creative life beyond acting, Lee's artistry extended beyond performing. Over the years, she worked as a teacher, author, director, playwright, and painter, contributing to the arts in many forms. Her influence reached beyond the stage, shaping students and fellow artists through her dedication to storytelling and creative expression. A final bow and lasting influence. In 2025, she made a final public appearance at Carnegie Hall, where she received a standing ovation from an appreciative audience. Sandra Lee passed away at the age of 97, leaving behind a legacy built on discipline, versatility, and a lifelong commitment to the stage and the people who share it. Kevin Costner's journey in Hollywood is often remembered as a story of success. But beneath the fame lies a far more complicated path marked by constant rebuilding. From early acclaim to public setbacks, he has repeatedly experienced both extremes of the entertainment industry. At different points in his life, he lost major film opportunities, significant personal wealth, and long-term relationships almost simultaneously. Yet each setback became part of a larger pattern of persistence rather than retreat. His career is not defined by a single rise or fall, but by cycles of ambition, collapse, and return. Even when projects failed commercially or were criticized, he continued to pursue stories that mattered to him personally. This unwavering approach to storytelling and filmmaking shaped his identity as an artist who prioritizes vision over safety, regardless of industry expectations or public opinion. Childhood, movement, and the making of a quiet observer. Born in 1955 in Linwood, California, Kevin Costner grew up in a family that moved frequently, forcing him to adjust to new schools, environments, and social circles throughout his childhood. This constant relocation created a sense of emotional displacement, but also shaped an important personal trait: careful observation. Rather than relying on familiarity, he learned to study people and situations before engaging with them. This habit later became essential to his acting career, allowing him to understand characters with depth and subtlety. His upbringing emphasized discipline and responsibility, influenced strongly by his father's work ethic and belief in steady labor. While his environment was not one of luxury or stability, it instilled in him resilience and patience. These early experiences built the foundation for a mindset that accepted uncertainty as a normal part of life, preparing him for the unpredictable nature of the entertainment industry he would later enter. Education, early struggles, and the pull toward acting. During his time at California State University, Fullerton, Costner initially pursued business studies, following a practical academic path encouraged by stability-oriented thinking. However, his interest in performance and storytelling gradually became impossible to ignore. He began attending acting classes and participating in small theater productions while still completing his studies. These experiences revealed a strong creative drive that contrasted with his formal education. After graduating in 1978, he made the decisive choice to pursue acting full-time, despite uncertainty and limited professional opportunities. The early years that followed were financially difficult and professionally slow. He worked multiple jobs, including manual labor and stage-related roles, while attending auditions and facing frequent rejection. Despite these challenges, he remained committed to building a career in film, motivated by a belief that persistence would eventually lead to opportunity, even when progress seemed slow or uncertain. breakthrough roles, and the rise to stardom. Costner's breakthrough came in the mid-1980s with roles that gradually shifted him from obscurity to recognition. A significant turning point arrived with films like Silverado, where his presence stood out among established actors. This was followed by stronger recognition in The Untouchables, where he portrayed Elliot Ness with a calm, steady intensity that resonated with audiences. Soon after, Bull Durham and Field of Dreams solidified his reputation as a leading man capable of portraying emotional depth and grounded humanity. These films connected with viewers not through spectacle, but through sincerity and relatability. His characters often reflected ordinary individuals placed in extraordinary circumstances, which became a defining feature of his screen identity. By the late 1980s, he was no longer an emerging actor, but a central figure in American cinema, admired for his understated yet powerful performances that contrasted with the era's more explosive action stars. Creative risks, and industry-defining success. The peak of Costner's early career came with Dances with Wolves, a project he directed, produced, and starred in. Despite industry skepticism about its length and unconventional approach, the film became a massive critical and commercial success, winning multiple Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Director. This achievement positioned him not only as a leading actor, but also as a filmmaker with a strong personal vision. However, this success also deepened his commitment to ambitious storytelling, often involving large-scale productions and unconventional narratives. While audiences admired his artistic courage, the scale of his projects began to introduce financial and logistical risks. His willingness to invest personal resources into creative ideas demonstrated both confidence and vulnerability, as each major project carried increasing pressure to succeed. This phase marked the beginning of a career defined as much by bold risk-taking as by artistic achievement. Waterworld and the Cost of Ambition. One of the most defining and controversial chapters of his career was Waterworld, a large-scale production that faced significant logistical challenges and budget overruns. The film's production became one of the most expensive in Hollywood history at the time, with environmental difficulties and extended shooting schedules contributing to rising costs. Although the final film achieved moderate commercial performance internationally, it was widely viewed as an example of excessive ambition in filmmaking. Public perception focused heavily on its budget and production issues rather than its creative intent. For Costner, the experience represented a lesson in the unpredictability of large-scale creative control. Despite criticism, he maintained that the effort reflected genuine artistic commitment rather than miscalculation. The film became symbolic of the risks associated with pursuing vision-driven projects in an industry that often prioritizes financial predictability over creative experimentation. Personal life, marriage, and emotional strain. Behind his professional life, Costner experienced significant changes in his personal relationships. His first marriage, which began during his early career struggles, eventually ended during the peak of his professional success. The timing reflected a common tension between rising fame and personal stability, as increasing professional demands reduced time spent on family life. Later, he entered a long-term relationship that resulted in marriage and children, offering a period of renewed personal grounding. However, maintaining balance between an active career and family responsibilities remained an ongoing challenge. Over time, distance, work commitments, and evolving personal priorities contributed to emotional strain within the relationship. Eventually, this marriage also ended after many years together. These experiences reflected the broader difficulty of sustaining long-term relationships under the pressures of global fame, constant travel, and demanding professional obligations. Career decline, reinvention, and return to success. Following the height of his 1990s success, Costner faced a period where many of his films underperformed commercially. Projects that he directed or starred in received mixed reviews, and his position in Hollywood shifted from dominant leading man to more uncertain territory. Despite this, he continued working steadily, taking on smaller projects and exploring music and television appearances. Rather than withdrawing from the industry, he adapted by diversifying his creative output. This persistence eventually led to a major resurgence with the television series Yellowstone, where he played a central role that reintroduced him to a new generation of viewers. The series became a cultural success, restoring his visibility and reaffirming his ability to lead major productions. This phase demonstrated his long-term resilience and ability to remain relevant in an evolving entertainment landscape. Legacy, persistence, and personal reflection. Today, Kevin Costner's career is viewed as a complex balance of artistic success, financial risk, and personal sacrifice. His journey reflects repeated cycles of achievement and loss, shaped by a willingness to take creative risks, even when outcomes were uncertain. While his professional life includes both celebrated successes and criticized failures, his continued presence in the industry highlights a consistent theme of persistence. He has often returned to storytelling with renewed commitment, even after setbacks that would have ended many careers. His legacy is not defined solely by awards or box office results, but by a sustained belief in creative vision and personal conviction. In reflecting on his life, it becomes clear that his story is less about avoiding failure and more about continuing forward despite it, maintaining a steady commitment to the work itself, regardless of changing circumstances or public opinion.